What's going on, guys? It's ASAP Flash here, and long time no see, huh? Long time no see. It was about a month ago since well, actually, maybe less than a month. Well, actually, no, about a month ago. Because last time I did Thor Ragnarok, and I haven't been active since. And I apologize because, quite frankly, like I didn't really have enough time to go to the movies, or I was broke, or whatever. Either way, but I'm here. And as you can kind of tell a little bit, it is out of frame, but as you could kind of tell and guess, the movie that I seen today, earlier today actually, was Justice League. And it's funny though because I had my reservations to go see the movie because I heard a lot of people say it was really bad, but most of my coworkers seem to like it. So I saw it for myself because that's what you got to do. You got to form your own opinions instead of bandwagon on everybody else. So yeah, I checked out the movie for myself, and I gotta say, most definitely, like it's a lot better than Batman v Superman by far. Because Batman v Superman, I mean, I felt like it was unnecessarily dark. Like, I mean, it was kind of a good movie from if you look at it at a certain angle, I guess. But it just, yeah, I just felt like it was too moody for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just not only that, but it just cramming so much stuff into one movie, and it just felt like enough. I'm gonna pass out because of the amount of stuff that you're giving me. But and it felt like in this movie, it just tonally it felt a lot different. It felt just like and it makes sense for the the story arc because you know Bruce Wayne was just like angry, and he just kind of he just basically like a world weary kind of person, just seeing his partner die, and then just been around for 20 years and just kind of like on edge or whatever. So it felt like in this movie, he kind of like learned his lesson, I guess you could say, kind of you know inspired by Superman, like his bravery and all that shit. So he decided, to essentially make the Justice League in his name, in his honor, or whatever. And um, and at first it felt like it felt kind of realistic, I guess. Like a random guy goes up to you, is like, we're building a team, blah blah blah. I don't want nothing to do with it. And I just thought it was funny, like, when he went to Barry Allen's place, he's like, immediately like, I'm in. And he didn't really get into like his like first few lines of his pitch. He's like, okay, I'm in. And he's like, well, I need some friends. And I say, like, my favorite part of the movie, most definitely, was Barry Allen, how he was written. It's just like, he was written like kind of like a fanboy, and just kind of like so enamored to be around these other superheroes. Like, cause he doesn't really see himself as a hero. He just sees himself as a street type of fighter. Like kind of. As in his words, he just pushes people out of the way, and that's it. Unlike the CW Flash, I mean, yeah, CW Flash, where he's already fully developed into a character. This I actually kind of like it because at first I had my apprehensions about this actor playing the Flash, but based on what I've seen in this movie, I feel kind of confident that he's gonna do good things with it. And like I said, like, how they wrote his character seems so kind of like a kind of like you know the the um the fucking, shit, what's that word, when things are tense, and then he's like, the laugh. Oh man, nasty ass throat. Yeah, the comic relief. There it is. Yeah, the comic relief, and it's just there's this other scene that I like, is where Aquaman is kind of like telling his truth about the other heroes, like, no offense to you, but you don't have superpowers. You're gorgeous, and like, basically critiquing all the other characters. And then after his little tirade, Wonder Woman was pointing out that, hey, you're sitting on the on the lasso of truth. So that's why you're being so open and shit like that. Um, man, I swear I kind of hate where I think I need to write an actual script. I mean, before I started the video, because with my Thor Ragnarok review, I just felt like I was like literally everywhere, just completely spastic, and I wasn't really like thinking of a steady path. But with this review, I'm kind of like hoping to, kind of say like the stuff that I like, the stuff that I didn't like, and et cetera, et cetera. Oh, one thing that I actually loved um, is that Rick and Morty reference. Also, the Big Bang Theory reference, just like that little bit, like you're in my spot, but in the background, when Bruce is waiting for Barry in his cave type thing, they're showing the episode where basically Summer and Rick were like kicking ass on the devil, the Lucifer character, and like later in the movie, that's basically what the Justice League did, kind of like taking turns and kicking his ass and shit like that. And I gotta say, like, uh, um, at first, I was kind of confused. Well, not really confused, but more concerned of what they're gonna do with a Superman character. Like, he came back to life and all that shit, or whatever, whatever. And I like that. I love that joke that that Barry Allen made, is like saying like pet cemetery type of stuff. I mean, like that's what I love about the character, about the actor playing the character. Like, has a lot of pop culture references, and just he just a giant nerd at heart. And to me, it felt like definitely mirrored Spider-Man, especially like he said he does web design. Like, oh, I see what you're trying to do, DC. I see you. You're not slick. Anyway, the point that I was making, where he came back to life, and it's like he just standing in front of that memorial type thing, and then all the other four heroes besides Batman, because he's a slow ass, he's like basically confronting him, and like Superman, like we're the Justice League, blah blah blah. You don't need to hurt us, blah blah blah. And then I just felt like in this movie there was a lot of Deus Ex Machina, like just so happened Lois Lane just so happened to appear. There was a lot of Dust Machina, like in this movie, that I really can't point them out, but like some of them were kind of like blatantly obvious, and blatantly kind of like all of a sudden Lois Lane appears, like, oh, here I am, yeah, just in the right place at the right time. Awesome. But then again, it is a comic book movie, so I guess you have to accept it. Speaking of accepting things, I mean, like when I seen that Jigsaw, it was just like, I mean, now that I think about it, it makes sense. Like that the movie took place in the past and all that shit. But there's some parts in the movie where it's kind of like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, so it's just easier just to accept things instead of over analyzing things, and just give yourself a general headache. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And one thing I gotta say before I take off is that freaking a post credit scene. I mean, damn, that's just. I mean, like, it's funny though, because when DC started, DCU first started, there's gonna be like complete opposite of Marvel. There's gonna be no joke. They're gonna be like all dark and brooding, and basically what Marvel's doing, they're gonna do the complete opposite. Well, as it turns out, it's like apparently people don't like dark and brooding in the comic book movies, so they just started like piece by piece. It's like, okay, the Marvel does that, let's do this. Marvel does this, or whatever. So they have a post credit scene, and it's definitely worth a wait. And since it's been out for like about a month, I wouldn't really consider it to be spoilers, but just the way it was made, it's just my favorite. It's like we got a live action, first live action look at Deathstroke, and he's basically meeting, like, I mean, like, it doesn't really sound exciting the way I say it, but when I saw it in the theaters, I was like, wow, that is so cool. Like, oh shit, it's Deathstroke. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Uh, Sorry if this review sounded kind of like very monotone, but like, yeah, my throat is just acting up, and it's just fucking like coughing nasty all damn day. So just even the stuff that I wanted to laugh at, like I just kind of had this weak ass laugh, like that kind of like Crane or whatever it was, whatever it is in Family Guy, like that one cutaway where it's like some type of bird. I kind of forgot what it was, but it's like laughing very obnoxiously, like basically. That's how I sound. That's great. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Comment down below on what you think, what you thought of the movie, what was your favorite part of the movie, or if you hated it and you want to rant about it, well, please go ahead and say how bad it was, even though it was really wasn't that bad. Batman v Superman was bad. It was just cluttered with all the other shit. Anyway, I'm out like the Flash, and see you with another video.